Charging us over 200% for dairy products, 250%, 270%.
So alright folks, let's set the record straight before the media spins you dizzy. The moment President Trump says, hey, maybe America shouldn't be hooked on foreign nickel like a junkie on caffeine, the professional outrage machine kicks into gear. And I know he's taxing Canada, they are crying very loudly, and well, yeah, because we've been quietly bleeding billions and billions importing the most critical EV mineral without building our own supply. And for decades we let this cozy special relationship, I must say, lull us into thinking dependency was our strength. And then Trump walks in, flips the monopoly board and says, no more free rides. If you want access to our market, you pay your fair share. And that's not chaos, that is simply leverage.
President Trump's trade war with American allies. Tariffs on imported goods are now at their highest levels since the Great Depression. Products from Mexico and Canada are exempt from those duties if and only if they comply with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement. Otherwise, Mexican imports face 25% tariffs, while Canadian goods face 35%.
Canada has been shipping $3.9 billion worth of nickel to Detroit every single year. And guess what? They weren't doing it out of charity. They were doing it because we were their most reliable, biggest and easiest customer to serve. And here's the thing, you can call yourself a sovereign superpower if your battery belt lives and dies by what Ottawa decides to send you. So Trump slapped a tariff on it, not because he hates Canada, but because he loves America enough to enforce a little self-reliance. And you think China and Indonesia would hesitate to pull the plug if it served their own interest? I don't think so. And Canada just proved they wouldn't either.
We have a market here that we can sustain it. And we're lowering taxes. We're making sure we're competitive for companies to come and invest in Canada. Ontario alone last year attracted over $40 billion of investment, creating more jobs, more opportunities. I would much rather, work with our greatest ally and closest friend and increase jobs in both countries, and we can do that. We'd be the two strongest nations in the world economically.
So now Ottawa's pulling their little chess moves, export taxes, carbon rules, redirecting shipments to South Korea and Germany. And it's fine because it just proves that the president was right. After all, they were always ready to pivot away from us. Better we learn the lesson now than in the middle of a real supply crisis. And as for all the corporate whining about battery costs going up, that's the sound of CEOs realizing they might have to build in America, mine in America, and hire Americans. Exactly what this policy was designed to do. Sometimes short-term pain is the price for long-term independence. That's just how it is.
This guy's coming at us. I just want to go on record. He's coming full bore at us. This isn't going to be a church picnic. This is going to be, let's get down to it, and we'll see what happens. I'm praying that everything's going to go fine. But if it doesn't, I got to ask the people, do you trust President Trump? I don't.
So let the talking heads wring their hands about lost sales and foreign retaliation. I'll take a leader who's willing to ruffle a few Canadian feathers to keep our supply chain in our own hands, over a smooth talker who sells us out with backroom trade deals. And this nickel tariff isn't a blunder, it's far more. It's a wake-up call. America can't be the leader of a free world while outsourcing its industrial spine to Canada. And if that means that some EV executives have to give up their third vacation home for a couple of years, then so be it. The road to American strength isn't paved with imported minerals. It's built and mined right here at home.